Okay, so to start off with, we're going to go ahead and use this journal that was in the April kit. And this journal was in the April card kit, and I had an extra one, so I thought I would use it. And then we're going to use the background selection from Stamperia to paper this journal up. Next, I decided to go ahead and ink up all of the pages and around the journal with my vintage photo ink. And so I'm just doing the edges of each page. Okay, next I wanted to go ahead and start. I was going to cover the front and the back, and I picked out my paper, but then I started looking at the paper and I thought, it might be neat to just kind of piece everything together. So I had a crazy idea. I decided to tear all of the strips down and then kind of see how it would look from there. So I went ahead and tore all of the pages into strips, and then I went ahead and distressed them, and I inked them and then put them together just like I'm doing here. And I went ahead and just measured it out from top to bottom, went ahead and grabbed my little distressing tool. If you don't have a distressing tool, you can use the edge of your scissors to distress your papers. And I do share that with you later on in the video, that you can use your scissors to distress your papers as well. So here I'm just gluing this on, and then I'm inking around it. And then here is the back, and the back is done the same exact way. So the front, I went ahead and again tore my sheets down, used my distressed tool, and then and here I brought in the scissors to share with you that you can use your scissors to distress the edges of your paper. And then I just went ahead and inked everything really good. And this turned out so cool. I really like how this turned out. Although after I got it all decorated in the front, you really couldn't see how it was decorated, and or that it was torn apart. But that's okay. I still thought it was super cool to do, and I don't know, something about tearing the paper and distressing it and getting it. I kind of like that. And so I really had fun doing that. It's just kind of relaxing for me. It's kind of like fussy cutting. I know a lot of people don't like fussy cutting, but I love fussy cutting. It's just so relaxing to me. And you just get to sit back and enjoy kind of, cutting paper. So here I'm just putting the glue on, and I'm just matching it and butting that up right to the edge of the other paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same here. And now, because I'm cutting this and I'm distressing it, kind of cut it a little short. So I do add on a piece to the end that doesn't like, it's not part of this particular page or image, but it does go fairly well with it. And that's one thing that I liked about this paper, is that it really went well together. So here I decided to go ahead and I'm just distressing the edges with my scissors, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. And you can do what, if you want to cover yours a regular way, you can do that. I just thought this added a little bit of different, like a kind of character, and just a different scene. And so it may not be for everybody. Okay, so now we're on to our inside papers. Now the inside papers, I went ahead and cut out to 4x4, and I did go ahead and um, ink them all up on the edges, and then I'm just laying them all down on the inside of the book. And I'm just matching them up. And there is a slight little border around each one, so that way you can see the ink, um, the vintage ink on that. Now on the back of this piece, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some uh, 1/4 inch tape all on all four sides of the edge of this piece. And this is a 4x4 piece. And on the other side, this one has the little postages on postmark postcards on it. And so I decided to go ahead and turn this into a little pocket like I usually do. And sometimes I'll try to find pieces that are like wooden or have a line down it. And I love to make pockets out of those because it's just so simple. So we're going to go ahead and take your X-Acto knife and go ahead and cut a straight line where you want to leave where the tape is, the edging on that, and then just cut down to the other edge of that tape. So you don't want to go past that tape part, okay, that's on either side of the back edging of that paper. And then you're going to go ahead and just ink up everything. And then on the top part, you're going to go ahead and place your tape. This is the only part that is going to be laid and adhered down besides the edge of your pocket, okay? Because you're going to be slipping things inside, you don't want the whole thing taped, you know, on the larger edge there, okay? And so I went ahead and placed glue on there, and then you're going to go ahead and you'll lay this down. And now you have a pocket, and you're going to burnish that top part in really good and burnish in the edges of that paper in really well as too. So now you're going to go ahead and just go ahead and cover the rest of your pages. Now we are coming back to this page again, and this is the pocket with the postcard on it. And you're going to get your bone folder and just go inside and kind of just go through it. And you're going to turn your bone folder a little bit, kind of on a side, and that way you can open up the pocket. The more you go back and forth, it breaks up the fibers, so that way the paper stretches, okay, and you can fit the other little postcards that are in the set inside of there. And then here I'm just using the rest of this golden leaf that we heat embossed on our last project, and I'm using some of the chipboard items that come inside of the kit that match this paper collection. Now this paper is Stamperia, it is the Alter Ego paper collection, and these are the chipboard pieces. So it looks so pretty. I love it. I absolutely love how this turned out. And then here I went ahead and I glued on some of the chipboard pieces to create little tuck spots or little photo areas, or if you want, you can put like little journaling, you can journal in there. And that I love the wooden planks, because the wooden planks you can go ahead and you can journal inside of there, and you can just write in there whatever you want to do. And then here I stuck another chipboard, the happiness chipboard, on top of that little postcard chipboard. And then here I'm just kind of gluing that down. I saw that it wasn't glued down all the way, so I went ahead and just glued that down again. And just going to go ahead and burnish that in really, really good. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start decorating the front of this. And you guys, I really had a hard time figuring out what I wanted to use for this. But we got it figured out, and I absolutely love how this looked after I figured out what I wanted. So I placed the chipboard clock on there. Now this clock is a Tres Jolie clock, and you can find this in the chipboard section of her store. And then this book, I decided to go ahead and use these books because for journaling, I don't know, I thought maybe if someone wanted to journal about books or whatever, they could do that. And or I just thought, you know, it just looked really nice on here. And so then I placed this coffee cup with the clock on it, and then some of the cogs on here. And I thought that this looked really super cute. And then here, this says never give up, and then be yourself. And I just thought that that looked really nice. And, when you journal or anything like that, you definitely could just let all of your ideas and creativity flow in your journal however you want. And so definitely be yourself. You don't have to worry about anybody like, judging you or anything like that. You just journal and write your thoughts and whatever you want inside of your book, right? So I really thought that these two little sentiments on here were really nice and went well for what I wanted this book to stand for. So here I just put some double back foam tape on that, and then I went ahead and placed that on there, and then went ahead and placed some more little cogs on top. I thought the cogs and the leaves went really well with this, and just kind of slid them underneath each other. And yeah, I really like how this is turning out. This turned out so great. And then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and use the rest of the leaves and just kind of decorate the front of this. So here I went ahead and grabbed some of my flat back pearls that come in the set or in the kit, and I went ahead and just placed them right in the corners down below and up on top on the right hand side. And then that was it. So for this half clock I used on another project, and so we had this other half left, and I definitely wanted to use it in here because I didn't want it just sitting aside, and so I thought this would be a perfect place to put it, and so I just lined it up, placed it in there, and you can definitely use this as another tuck spot for putting any type of journaling cards or anything like that. And now, like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just decorating the pages. Now here I thought this would be a really good spot, two page for our four-legged friends, right? For our little bit fur babies. And I thought, if somebody wants to, stick some little photos of their fur babies in here or journal about their fur baby, they can definitely do that. And so I went ahead and stuck this little guy on here. And then I did add a picture frame to this later, and the picture frame is actually a frame that I had in my stash that I just fussy cut out, and I went ahead and stuck it on there. And but you could definitely just slide a picture like right in there of your fur baby. So here I thought that this was a good family. This says family on here, and so I really like how that looked. And then for this particular chipboard piece, I thought it would be really cool to look like a little pocket, like a hidden pocket type thing. And so here we're going to go ahead and we're going to place some foam tape on here. Now, the one mistake that I did is I actually put the tape to the edge of that, and it needed to be about maybe a ½ inch over more from the edge. So I had to scoot it over a little bit, and so I took it off and then grabbed another piece, scooted that over, and then stuck it down again. So here I'm just going to go ahead and burnish that in, and I'm taking off the excess adhesive on there, and then I'm just sticking that down, and it worked really good, and it gives you a little pocket for something. So I thought that was really neat, and you'll see later what we stick in there. So here I thought I love the coffee cups of this chipboard set. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love them, and they are just so cool. And so this leaf chipboard piece I just stuck right there, and again it's a little tuck spot. This circle piece I just went ahead and did a little bit of adhesive and glue right up on the top of there, and because you can use that as a little tuck spot. And then this clock, I just stuck it right in the middle, and you can definitely stick a photo mat behind there, or maybe you want to just stick a journaling card or something back there. I just thought that was really, really pretty. And then for these pieces, I decided to go ahead and color them, and I just thought that these were super pretty, and I really wanted to use the rest of these up. And so I went ahead and just colored them with my ink, and then, just kind of left them. And then for this piece, I went ahead and inked these up with some of my stain. These pieces didn't need any ink because they're you didn't need to ink these, and so I just went ahead and stuck them around that little pocket there. And then this I wanted to stick down, but I think I wanted to ink this up, and it just was so pretty. So I went ahead and grabbed some of my stain, and I think this is the bronze stain, and I just went ahead and inked those up and then set those aside to let dry. I tried to, when I wiped it off, it came off all the way, and I had to re-ink it. So you just need to let it sit and dry for a little bit before you add it to anything. And I just kind of smudged in the ink a little bit and put it down. And here I did a corner piece. So here I thought, oh, that looks kind of good as a little corner spot, and so I went ahead and just stuck that on there and clipped off some of the excess. Next, I brought in this paper, and I really liked it against that wood grain, so I went ahead and made a pocket. I cut it about 3.5 inches, and it is torn on the edge there, so I measured it about 3.5 inches by 5, and then scored a 1/2 inch on each end, and then scored a 1/2 inch on the 3.5 inch side, and then you'll fold over and glue it down to make a pocket. Okay, and then here I was thinking about that frame. I really liked that frame, but I ended up using another of the postcard piece chipboard pieces to go ahead and just make like a little tuck spot. So here I am just tearing up some little pieces, and this is going to be decoration for that pocket. And we're going to go ahead and stick that little gold clock on top of there, and you'll see here in a minute. I really like, now these two pieces, one is like a little letter, and it's attached to this other paper, and you can definitely just stick a glue dot behind that clock and put it down. And then here is the other postcard piece that I went ahead and just glued down. I like those little postcard pieces. They're so nice. And then here I just decorated with some little flat back pearls right in the corner. And then I put some of the flat back pearls around that pocket. I had some extra paper in my stash, and so I went ahead and cut it down to create a little notepad holder. So that way it would hold some little paper inside, and you could definitely go ahead and write or journal inside of this. Now, this is a sticky notepad, so basically you're just going to go ahead and fold over the flaps like I did. I don't remember how, maybe it's about, let's see, it's got to be about maybe 6 inches. Um, I didn't really measure it. I just kind of played it by ear with the extra paper that I had. Um, but you can definitely make your own little notepads and stuff. And then I decided to go ahead and place some of the uh, lace on it to have it tie up really nicely, so that way you would have a closure. So I believe that the sheet is about 7 inches by 3.5 inches, and that fits a little sticky notepad perfectly. So you don't have to worry about, being over or under and having a lot of excess paper. Next, I just went ahead and kind of gauged how much lace I wanted on there to tie, and I just tied it in a knot and then went ahead and just cut off what I didn't want. And we're going to make another one as well. So here I decided to go ahead and add this leaf. Now the leaf, I did add some of that bronze little paint to that, the bronze stain that I had. And then I went ahead and grabbed a leaf and a flower from the scrapbook kit. And I went ahead and used that to decorate on there. I just think that this turned out so cute. And then I used this little glue dot for the flower. Next, I went ahead and just placed that in that. I was going to place it in that little pocket, but it was a little bit too thick. So I went ahead and switched over the little cards, and I was going to put the cards in that other pocket, but again, it wouldn't fit. So I looked for a page where I could glue it down. And I thought, oh, I'll go ahead and glue it down there. But I found this page and I thought this worked perfectly. So I went ahead and stuck some double back tape on the back of this and then went ahead and glued it down. So that way, instead of like having to take it in and out, it's already inside of your little journal, and all you have to do is just journal on it, write notes, or if you need a little note, you can just, a sticky note, you could just tear it off and then, go ahead and go about sticking it wherever you needed it. So for this page, I decided to go ahead and I took off that little family sticker and I went ahead and just cut this down. And I went ahead and then just colored that in with the bronze stain that I had. And then I stuck a little postcard in there that you can actually use as a journaling card. And then I did go ahead and kind of put the stain down around that paper just to give it a little bit more vintage look. So this little booklet is about 8 inches by 3 inches, and this one's again going to look kind of like the other one that I just made, but this one is actually going to be sewn in the middle so that like a little journal, and you can stick this in one of the pockets that's inside of this journal book. Okay, so we are done with this little book here, and I think it turned out so cute, y'all. I used all of the papers in this set for all of the projects that I did, and I'll have the other 2 projects listed at the end of this video so you can see, and I'll have the kit listed in the description box for you guys, okay? But I think this turned out super cute, and I made it into a little journal. It is pretty chunky, but it stays closed, and I love it. It has a little bit of variety for everything, and so let's go ahead and walk through it. So y'all saw the cover, and you can't really see except for down here maybe a little bit, and then maybe up here where I tore the pieces, but here on the spine and on the back you could see how I pieced the papers together, and I just thought that that was really cool. I was just sitting here putting this together, and I thought, that might be pretty cool to do. And so I went ahead and just tore it and went ahead and pieced it together on the front, the back, and the spine. And we used the Tres Jolie clock. This is the chipboard clock, and you can find these in the shop. And then I went ahead and used the chipboard pieces that came in the kit. These are from the alterego collection, okay, and they're chipboard pieces. And then I put a little bit of the flat back pearls that we got in the kit right here and just in the corners, and I just thought that that looked really cool. I love this cover because As a journal, I think it kind of, gives you time to like think and time to write down your thoughts and things like that. And then here's a coffee cup because, sometimes you drink coffee or tea when you are writing in your journal. And then here's some books because sometimes we read books, right? So I'm a book reader. I don't know about y'all, but I love reading books. And so if you ever want to know some of the books that I read, let me know. I'm really big into like murder mysteries and thrillers, things like that, detective kind of stuff, true crime and things like that. So anyway, so I thought that this cover was really cool. I just really like how this turned out. So we open it up and I went ahead and placed some of the ephemera or the chipboard pieces here, and I placed the postcard chipboard piece down, and then on top of that I put happiness, and then this comes out and you can journal or whatever you want to do on that. I just thought that this would be like a journaling, like you could just journal or draw or whatever you want to do on all of this. And then here I went ahead and stuck one of our little stickers on here. This is half of the clock that I used the other half on another project, and then I went ahead and stuck this little piece right in here. So you could maybe stick a little photo on it or maybe memorabilia. Sometimes people put receipts in their journals or something because they want to remember a specific time or date they did something. So you could definitely just staple that on there and stick it in here and then write about it on here or on your little postcard. So there's that. And then here I went ahead and put this in because sometimes we like to have our pets included in our journals. And so this says 4 feet is better. And so you could definitely write or stick some little photos in here. And this is a tuck spot, so you could definitely stick something up in underneath there. And then I put a little photo right here where you little frame, sorry, and you can definitely stick a little tiny photo right inside of there. And I just thought that was super cute. And then this little cat, I thought that he was so cute. I love it. And then I just stuck some little flat back pearls on there, and I just thought he was super cute. And then here I put this postcard because it kind of gives you like a journaling spot, and then you could stick like a little tiny photo right here. And then here is Best Friends, and again, this is a photo photo frame, and I left it open. I did put some foam tape around it so it's lifted, so you could definitely put a photo behind there. And then here is where I thought it got really kind of cool. So this right here we made into like a little pocket. This is a chipboard piece, and then here I went ahead and did some little booklets, and here is just a little booklet that you can open and journal in. If you wanted to stick a little photo in there, you could, and I just kind of left it plain and then stuck the lace that comes in the kit inside. And then you could definitely just tie this in a knot and stick it right back in that little pocket that we made with that chipboard piece. Here is another chipboard piece that is raised, and I made kind of like we did in the front, like a little photo mat, and then you can journal on the back of that, and that just goes right in here. And then there's just some little foam from my from my inking foam. It's kind of, since it's, when you rub back and forth, it kind of flakes. So, but yeah, so there's that. And so I thought that turned out really cool. And then you turn it over, again, a nice area for journaling or for sticking a photo up in here, or, whatever you want to do. And I just thought that that was pretty cool. So could definitely do that. Here is another little journal area, and here is where I stuck that metal leaf. And then I did use a flower from the scrapbook kit, but you can use any flower you have in your stash. This opens up like this, and this excuse me, this, you could put a little photo here if you want, or here is a little notepad, and it's just a sticky notepad where you could just peel it off and write your items inside of it, or a note, or whatever you want to do. And I just thought that that was super cute idea. And so that just stays like that. And then you flip it over. Again, you have a nice little tuck spot here for another little photo mat, or maybe you want to stick some little journal notes or something inside of here, or take one of these little notes and stick it over here. So you can go ahead and stick some items behind there, just like that. And then here's a little pocket. You can also stick some stuff in. So you can use those for both of those. And I just love this. This is the leaf gold leaf that he embossed from a previous project, and I just used the rest of it. I thought it really matched really well, and then I used some of the little stickers that came in the kit, and I thought that was super pretty. And then here's another little tuck spot. I just stuck some of these little squares in there for journaling, or if maybe you have a small photo or something. Maybe, again, you went someplace and you want to stick a little receipt on there or something, and just I just thought that it was cute for little photos. And then I did stick some little flat back pearls up here. And then with the last piece, this is a pocket. It says Happy Hearts with a little clock. And I tore some little pages right here and kind of inked them up. Put in some little flat back pearls here and there. And I just thought that this was super cute. And then here I put this chipboard piece from the collection. It says family. And then inside you can stick some photos inside, and if you want, on the back. So I just thought that this was super cute, and that fits just perfectly in there. And these are just the items I have left, you guys. I used everything. So so that is our little book for today. And so I hope that you guys like it. I hope that you all enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you all so much for joining me, and take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks for joining me today. Head on over to Tres Jolie to check out their shop, and please like, subscribe, and comment. And come join me for Friday night live shows, Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Central Time.